my peach skin now pale and bruised. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know, my name is Brittany and I film videos based around the paranormal and mythological beings. So if that's something that might interest you, quickly go ahead and click that subscribe button. And today we're going to be reading a creepy, spooky story that's supposed to be true. I did find this on Reddit, and so I haven't read this story at all yet. It just sounded interesting just based off the title. So I wanted to react to it together, which means that I am going to be reading it right off my phone. So the title of this story is called Have You Heard of the Mirror Effect? Now, if you guys don't know, mirrors are supposed to be a portal to another dimension. So it's kind of like the same thing you think of like doppelgangers and things like that. Like it's, you know, there's some theories that the person in the mirror isn't actually you. Like, what would you do if that person that looks like you, that you're looking at in the mirror, made a different expression? Or, you know, you put your arm up and you're brushing your hair or something and it stayed perfectly still. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'd probably freak out and then I'd be like, did that just happen? So, I mean, you know, it's such an eerie concept because that person looks exactly like you. Like, doppelgangers are so freaky because they look exactly like you and they could take your place, like, without anybody thinking anything else of it because they look just like you. So, anyways, we're gonna get into the story. Okay, so, have you heard of the mirror effect? You know, if you stare long enough in a mirror, your brain starts to make up things. Yeah, well, I'm starting to think it's not really an effect. You see, it was late at night and I was home alone. You know, the usual. And I found myself scrolling through fun facts. That's where I saw it. The mirror effect. I was bored. I had nothing to do. I had been scrolling on my phone for the past 2 hours. Because what else can I do? And, you know, I already had done everything else in the house. Heck, I even cleaned my depressing room in an effort to lift up the gloomy mood in there. Didn't work much, by the way. But anyways, I decided to try it to see what weird things my mind could come up with. I made my way into the bathroom and closed the door so my ADHD didn't act up much. I wanted to focus for this one. I set my phone down and opened up YouTube so I could have music playing in the background. I adjusted myself in front of the mirror and just stared at myself. I didn't really know where or what to really do, so I just stared at myself. A few minutes had passed and still nothing, so I began to think that I'm just so lame that I can't even imagine things. I didn't give up though. I stayed, still occasionally telling my mirror self how handsome I looked and that I should keep it up. I kept at it for about 12 more minutes, and just as I was about to give up and leave, my phone changed the song, and now Killing Me Softly was playing, which makes sense because I had been reading a specific manga with that song, so I just jammed to it. And there I saw something on the mirror. My reflection looked like it was smiling back at me. It wasn't a quick smile, no. It was slow rising to the point my cheeks got scrunched up and my gums were showing. Then I moved my attention to my eyes, open wide and steady, slowly sinking back as they stared back into my own. I was amazed, but I wasn't scared. As well, it's an illusion. Or so I thought. I found myself bringing my hands up to my face, touching my mouth and eyes, not looking away from the reflection as I did so. My reflection copied my move as I felt around, and as I touched, I could feel that my emotionless face was still untouched. I stopped and paid attention to my reflections. Cheeks, they weren't round anymore. They were shagged and pointy, as if I hadn't eaten in days. Then I saw my neck, and the same thing, skinny. My peach skin, now pale and bruised. A hand popped out, skinny and frail, with sharp, dirty nails, ready to grab my neck. I stayed still, not knowing what to do. I felt his hand wrapped around my neck, is squeezing it and digging its nails into it. I felt warm around where it was squeezing, but not because it was emitting heat. No. My neck felt warmed because my own blood was starting to drip. That's where I woke up and punched the mirror, breaking it into pieces. I fell back in a desperate manner, trying to get away soon. My back hit the wall and I grabbed my neck, coughing and trying to properly breathe. It was like a trance. I couldn't. I didn't do anything. I looked up again and there was nothing, just a broken mirror. I quickly grabbed my phone and opened the door, not taking my eyes off the mirror. I ran back and slammed the door shut. Running outside, I wanted to cry and scream, but I couldn't. No words came out. Sharp breaths that hurt my lungs. The next morning, I woke up, as you can imagine, got grounded and questioned for the broken mirror, but I kept what happened to myself. Last thing I needed right now was for people to think I was crazy. At first, I thought it was a stupid spaced out dream I had. Well, that is before I woke up and saw my reflection was again in the broken shards of glass that lay on the ground. There you could see the perfect handprint marked into my skin. I'm never looking at my reflection again. So that's really creepy, you guys. Imagine, just take a second and imagine you're staring at your reflection and you almost start to be like, look sickly, like, oh my gosh. And then a hand reaches out and grabs your neck. Now, so this story is supposed to be true. I don't know if it actually is true because I don't know the person, but it is creepy nonetheless. And I do believe in other dimensions and that mirrors are portals to other worlds. And it is said that there are people in other dimensions that look identical to us. Now, obviously, this fact isn't proven, but the fact of other dimensions is, and they're actually working on ways to be able to cross over into them. But it doesn't mean that, other dimensions don't have ways to cross over into ours. So I don't know if I would scream or if I would just freak or if I would just be speechless and just freeze. Because obviously I haven't been in that situation. When you walk in the bathroom and it's late at night, or even sometimes during the day and the lights off, you get that eerie feeling. Or maybe that's just me that gets that eerie feeling when it's dark and the lights off and you're passing the mirror. So I will not turn and look at my reflection because I'm terrified to see something else staring back at me. I don't know what to do. So I don't know what you guys would do, because I have no idea how I would react. And I am not going to pretend that something like that wouldn't scare me, because it would probably terrify me. I want to know what you guys think of this story, and if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It would literally mean the world to me, you guys. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time.